guys, it's Lauren. Welcome back to my channel, or if you guys are new here, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming a how I stay organized for school video, and you guys have actually requested this so much about like how I stay organized for school, how I study for tests, stuff like that. So I decided to share with you guys how I stay organized for school when it comes to my schoolwork, my tests, everything like that. So I'm just going to be sharing with you guys all those tips I have for you in this video today. And if you guys are not yet subscribed, please make sure to subscribe down below so you do not miss out on any of my back to school videos. I have so many planned for you guys, and I'm so excited for you to see them. But with all that being said, let's just hop right into this video. So my number one tip for back to school and staying organized is using a planner. And this is so obvious. I know I talk about planners all the time in my videos, but you guys seriously do not realize how much of a difference having a planner really makes for you. I keep a planner and I use it religiously. I swear I rely on my planner so often. I'm always looking at it, I'm always writing things down because I do not want to forget anything, and I never want to forget to turn in an assignment or study for a test. So I always write things down in my planner, and how I organize my planner is I use colors, and I use different colors for each classes, and I use a highlighter to highlight when I have tests and just when I have to turn like a paper in or anything like that, or a project. Just really important things I will highlight just so they stick out a little more and that I can recognize them. And when I write in color, I just find that it's easier for me to see how much homework I have in each class since it is color coded. It's helped me so much. And if you're somebody who struggles with remembering things, or you just struggle with turning things in on time or studying for tests, if I were you, I would definitely resort to using a planner. It has helped so much and it will definitely help you out. So for organizing my classes, I use a notebook and a folder for each class, and I have found that this works so well for me just because keeping a binder filled with every single one of my classes, I just feel that things get put in the wrong folder sometimes, or I'll accidentally take notes in the wrong notebook when I have everything just compiled into one binder. So using a specific notebook and folder for each class has really helped me out, and it just keeps things minimal and organized at its best. And going along with that, to be extra organized, I would color coordinate your folder in your notebook. This is what I do, and I have found that it works amazing because sometimes if you have just random notebooks and folders for each classes, you could accidentally grab the wrong notebook or the wrong folder and accidentally bring it to your class, and then when you get to class, you're screwed because you brought the wrong notebook or you brought the wrong folder, and then you're forced to take notes in the wrong notebook and everything just gets messed up. So it's just a huge mess. So I would just recommend color coordinating everything. So for example, English be white, math be red, or science be green, like color coordinating in class. Because then when you're in your locker or you're in your backpack and you're shuffling to grab things, if you grab a white notebook and then a red folder, you know that that's not for the correct class, like you accidentally grabbed the wrong folder, and you know that right away rather than when you're at your desk in class. So it's just easiest because you can look in your locker and then you can grab both of the white things, and then you can go to English class, or you can grab both of the red things and then go to math class. So color coordinating has saved me so much, and also it just looks neater, which is a plus. So if you want to keep things really well organized, that is a great way to do it. The next thing that I like to do is for my bigger classes, which is usually like a science class, I will get a binder for that class. And I did that last year with anatomy and physiology. I used a binder for that class, and I kept all my notes in there, and I kept all my handouts in there, and I used dividers, so I just divided into units, and that helped me so much because in that class we strictly took notes. We literally just took so many notes all the time, and having that in a notebook would just be too hard for me because it would be hard to organize it. So when I had loose leaf notebook paper and then binder dividers, it was just very easy for me to keep everything organized, especially for those bigger classes that you do take a lot of notes in, which is normally a science class. And every handout that I got, because we often got a lot of handouts and packets and stuff like that, rather than just keeping it all jumbled up in a folder, because like I said, in science you always go back to units, like you always need to reference previous units, it was easy for me to just hole punch them and then put them in the unit that they belonged in, and that way I could keep everything organized, and when it came to studying for tests, I would just look back at previous notes and stuff like that, and it was so easy to keep that organized. The next tip I have for you guys is to clean out your folder every month. When you feel like your folder is very thick and you aren't happy with it, then clean it out, because I can promise you that there's a lot of things in your folder that you probably do not need, and they're just in there because you haven't cleaned out your folder. So if you just go through your folder about once a month and just get rid of papers that you know you do not need, then just recycle those, and then your folder is going to be so much more clear, and it'll be easier for you to find papers that you need rather than just shuffling through a bunch of papers every time when you have to turn something in. And make sure before you throw away all your papers that you check with your teacher that you for sure don't need them, because it will be terrible if you accidentally throw something away that your teacher wants you to reference later. So make sure you know from your teacher that you don't need those papers anymore and you can recycle them and get rid of them. My next tip is to use a pencil bag, and this is so dumb, I feel like, to share, but it is something that I know so many people don't do because they just think they can rely on getting pencils from other people or just having one in their backpack all the time. But honestly, keeping a pencil bag is great because you can just keep all of your writing utensils, highlighters, markers, everything inside your pencil bag, so then you don't have to dig through your backpack to try to find one, or you don't have to rely on classmates to have one, because sometimes when you get to class and you have to take a test, teachers sometimes would rather you use a pen rather than a pencil, and if you only brought a pencil to class, you're screwed. But if you brought a pencil bag, you most likely have a pen in there too, so you can not freak out before the test, and also you just have everything right in your pencil bag, and it just keeps everything way more organized, so you aren't digging through your backpack, digging around, trying to find a pencil. It's just all right there. My last tip for you guys is to pack your backpack the night before, and I would really do this if you guys don't already, because trust me, in the morning, the last thing you want to do is just pack all of your stuff in your backpack, because you're really not totally waking up, you're kind of sleepy still, and you may end up forgetting things. This has happened to me way too often last year, so I'm telling you right now to not pack your bag the morning of school, because you will definitely forget things. That has happened to me a lot, like I said. So if you're up late studying one night, make sure to just put all of your study materials back in your backpack. Do not leave them out where you were studying, because you will forget everything, and then you're just gonna freak out because you were studying for a test, but when you left the next morning you forgot all of your study materials right where you left them the night before. So pack your bag the night before you go to school, because it'll save you both time and the stress of forgetting something. So that completes this video. Those were all the organizational tips I have for you guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, I've used these tips all throughout high school and they have really helped me, so I hope that you guys take some of these tips away and use them. But that's everything I have to say. Also, if you have not yet subscribed, subscribe down below so you don't miss out on any of my back to school videos. And be sure to check out all my social media so you can stay updated on my life. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!